The Double Special Heroes banner for October 2021 is here a bit early. I guess technically still in the spirit of Halloween, we have 8 heroes dressed up in seasonal attire. These banners feature a 6% 5-star focus rate with no pity breakers, and it's your chance to get these limited time units before their reruns next year. We'll be talking about all the units briefly, and there are some very solid skills available as well. For the returning 4-star focus units, we have Myrrh's Kaden and Spring Minerva. As a reminder, the 3% rate is split between both units, so you may just want to wait till their own separate rerun banners. Starting with Myrrh's Kaden, he's going to be a red beast cavalry unit. He's got some decent offensive stats and is all about speed. His refreshed Fang can grant +5 speed while inflicting -5 speed on the enemy, and Kaden gets bonus true damage on hit based on how much he outspeeds his opponent. You will need a nice A skill though. Now for inheritable skills, Kaden is the only unit with attack and defense snag 3. Snag B skills are a bit strange because they inflict -6 debuffs on the closest foes after you use a movement assist skill. They are for flyers and cavaliers only, but are incredibly rare and do occupy that B slot. As for even speed wave, this is locked to 5-star only units still, but wave buffs haven't been the most desired choices for a while. They're just okay. Next we have Valentines Henriette back again. She is super tanky as a red armored mage and comes with 4 insanely good skills. First off, Henriette has the Unity Blooms Plus, which is one of the best red inheritable tomes, at least for a more defensive build. It inflicts -5 attack and res on the foe and heals 4 HP per hit, and I've been talking about it a lot because we just keep getting more red mages without unique weapons. If you like one of those red mages who don't have unique weapon, then Unity Blooms might be a nice pickup here. Next up, Henriette has Distant Defense 4, +8 defense and res against ranged foes, and you nullify their field buffs. She then has Slick Fighter, which is an armor quicker post skill that neutralizes stat penalties. Last, Henriette's going to have Attack and Res Far Save 3. Save skills are busted, and this is the only Far Save version so far, so if you want to tank ranged foes, this is it. Altogether, Henriette uses all of these skills to be a pure enemy phased ranged tank god. She was on the Hero Fist banner for a reason, and here's a third chance to get her. Moving on to blue, we have Spring Minerva. She's a Lance Cavalier with some decent attack, speed, and defense at the cost of resistance. Minerva's Springy Lance Plus is a neat speed-focused weapon. It grants +5 attack and speed and neutralizes attack and speed debuffs. It's pretty great if you want to win those speed battles. She then has Attack and Defense Solo 3. Great A skill for a variety of builds, mainly because you can pair with a solo Sacred Seal as well. Could also get you the tier 4 version from another unit. Last, Minerva's going to have Odd Attack Wave 3. You can get these on a couple Hero Grow units, so it's not a high priority. Second blue unit is going to be Tiny Tana. This Tana is a flying lance unit with great offensive stats. Her Lance of Aurelia is crazy. It grants faster specials, +6 attack and speed, and when initiating, Tana gets +10 defense and res. On top of all of this, Tana gets to move to any space within 2 spaces of an ally within 2 spaces. The amount of blue spaces on the screen when using Tana is just absurd, and she can set up some really wonky maneuvers if you gave her flyer mobility skills like Guidance. Now, while Tana is a very neat lance flyer, she also has top tier skills. Steady Impact grants +7 speed and +10 defense with that fall prevention on initiations. It's kind of a rare sight, but it's valuable for those that need the extra speed to double while still getting in some nice survivability perks. Next, Tana has Speed and Defense Near Trace 3, Kanto B skill for melee flyers and cavaliers. It's already been given to 2 other limited time units, so you know the devs think very highly of this skill, and it's great fun on Tana with her warping weapon. Last up, we have Attack and Res Rain. If you don't need fancy Kanto, Attack and Speed Rain provides those debuffs for your flyer builds. All around top tier stuff. Moving on to green, we have Valentines Gustav. He's an Axe Armor unit who is also insanely tanky and has the highest base defense stat in the game. Now Gustav may be weaker to magic damage, but his Colorless Axe helps out with that. It accelerates specials, and if the foe initiates combat, Gustav inflicts -6 attack and defense on them, and if he gets doubled, he reduces the first hit by 75%. That is just insane, and like Henriette, Gustav has a Save C skill. He has Defense and Res Near Save, so this intercepts melee attackers, and Close Defense 4 gives Gustav that nice +8 Defense and Res while neutralizing their field buffs. He then has Crafty Fighter, which is the armor quicker post skill that provides guard. With 75% damage reduction on hit number 1 and guard built in, even if you hit Gustav twice, you may not get a special proc, and he's going to attack twice himself. Very solid near save unit, but like his wife, Gustav has some incredible skills to pass on. Next we have Harmonic Catria and Thea. They are a flying axe unit with fantastic attack and speed, but it's their wedding belt axe that really makes them special. This weapon only accelerates specials and gives +6 attack and speed in terms of combative power. However, it also gives Harmonic Catria and her allies within 2 spaces 2 different buffs. First off, these units get a status that lets them warp to an ally within 2 spaces. Second, they get the Triangle Attack status. Like the White Wings Triangle Attack ability, if you can initiate combat while having 2 allies within 2 spaces who also have the Triangle Attack status, then you're going to get Brave Attacks. Unlike the White Wings, this is not limited to flyers. This means it's possible for anyone to get Brave Attacks, and Catria gives her team the warping ability to make this easier to pull off. Their Harmonized skill is also very powerful, granting Desperation, Resonance Blades, and a free follow-up attack. This is extremely deadly with the Triangle Attack active, but not even necessary to make Harmonic Catria a deadly defense unit. She provides a ton of mobility for your team, and if the Triangle Attack does go off, then you're probably going to get yourself a KO. She's definitely a valuable unit to have a single copy of in your barracks. Now, if you don't want to use Catria and Thea, then they do have some really good fodder. You got Attack and Speed Push 4, Attack and Defense near Trace for a Kanto B skill, and then Speed and Res Rain 3. Would highly recommend you keep 1 copy of this Catria, but you do you. This has got to be one of the most stacked green groups ever. Now that being said, colorless is actually not bad either. First off, we have Little La Rochelle, a cavalry healer with pretty high attack and speed stats. Her Staff of Rostin can be extremely powerful because at the start of the turn it inflicts -6 res and the status preventing counterattacks on the closest foes within 5 spaces. 5 spaces is the entire range of ranged cavalry and is massive. Staff of Rostin also has Wrathful Staff built in and grants +6 attack and speed during initiations. This is an incredible staff and can prime La Rochelle to be a super deadly colorless mage basically. She doesn't need to run Dazzling Staff if she attacks the foe hit by her Staff of Rostin, and that's why she has Speed and Res for Trace 3. I don't think any other healer could run a Kanto B skill without sacrificing one of Wrath for a Dazzling Staff, but La Rochelle does need to attack a certain target. Still, from my experience using her, this is a really nice weapon and it can benefit teammates as well. Now, besides the Kanto B skill, La Rochelle has Attack and Speed Push 4, and for healing skills, she has Rescue Plus, which is the drawback assist. She has Windfire Bomb Plus as well, which grants +6 attack and speed to allies. Another unit I would recommend keeping 1 copy of, but Far Trace is pretty valuable, so you may want that skill instead. Last unit for today is Harmonic Spring, Myrrh and Na. This pair are a flying colorless dragon who are generally like a version 2.0 of the OG green Myrrh. Lilac Jade Breath grants accelerated specials, and if the foe initiates or if they have 100% HP, Myrrh gets +5 to all stats and 40% damage reduction. So unlike many other damage reduction abilities, Myrrh does not need to do any stat comparisons, and she gets that 40% damage reduction for all hits against her. Not just the first, but the second, third, and fourth if necessary. Very powerful enemy phase unit, and Harmonic Myrrh has Distant Counter plus Dragon's Ire for the follow-up attack. She also has Attack and Res Rain for extra debuffing. Now for their Harmonic skill, they grant her Resonance Blades to allies from the same games and prevent a follow-up attack. Additionally, Harmonic Myrrh herself gets IO'd Shield for the turn. So, for 1 turn with the Harmonic skill active, Myrrh and Na become absolute monsters. They solve their flyer effectiveness problem with IO'd Shield and prevent follow-up attacks to not take extra hits. Meanwhile, they have Distant Counter plus Quick Repulse for their own damage and faster specials to either counter with an instant noontime or your special of choice. Still great without the Harmonic skill active, but you do have to watch out for archers and dragon slayers, and also getting doubled in general. That 40% damage reduction is pretty wild though. Obviously, if you want fodder, you can't go wrong with Harmonic Myrrh. Distant Counter and Dragon's Ire is really nice for a lot of dragon units, and Attack and Res Rain is another solid flyer C skill. The colorless crew aren't bad at all. Now overall, this is a rather solid double special heroes banner. We got near and far save skills, plus some neat harmonic units. I've been saving since COIL, so I'm tempted to try my luck a bit. I'm gonna wait though, because we do have a new heroes banner coming up soon, less than a week actually. We also got returning Halloween banners, including last year's Dragon Halloween units. If you really want Dragon's Ire, Halloween Female Grima also has that skill. Later on in the month, we have a new legendary hero as usual, and then the first week of November is another seasonal banner. Now, last year it was the Ninja banner, and considering they brought back the pirate theme, I think we could see Ninja's return as well. That said, we had the Dancer banner being replaced this year, so who knows what's coming. If you are summoning, I wish you good luck. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.